Hello students, you all are welcome in grade 7, chapter number light, 15 chapter. Our today's point, image formed by lenses. So let's we begin. Last time we have studied about the mirrors, plane mirror, then spherical mirror, that is two types, concave mirror and convex mirror. Today we are going to study convex lens and concave lens. You might have seen magnifying lens. It is used to read very small print. You might have also used to observe the body parts of the cockroach or even earthworm. The magnifying glass is actually a type of lens. These magnifying lens that diamond cutter people they also see, or that jewelry, that goldsmith they also use this magnifying lens. Even palmist also use this uh, convex lens. So from that lens you can magnifying the object, whatever the small parts is there, you can magnifying easily that particular parts in diamond, in jewelry, right? In palmist also watch that lifeline of the hand and predict the about the features of that person using these convex lens. Okay, so lenses are widely used in spectacles, telescope and microscope. Try to add a few more uses of lens to this list. Yeah, just now we have told the uses of other. Here figure number A, that is convex lens, and figure number B, that is concave lens. You see the difference between them. Convex lens, which is in middle, it is broad, while concave lens which is middle in uh, it is thin, and from surrounding area, from the end of the area, it is pointed, means thin, while in the case of this concave lens, from the end parts it is widened part. Okay, you can see magnifying image through convex lens. You cannot see magnifying image through concave lens, right? Let's we talk about its images. Get some lenses, touch and feel them. Can you find some difference just by touching? Those lenses which feel thicker in the middle than its edges are convex lens, right? So convex lens which thicker in the middle, right, from edges sides it is thinner. Now in this picture you can observe that by the use of convex lens you can see the later it will be magnified like this way, so you can see comfortably. So the letters it is magnified. So we can use convex lens as a magnifying glass which feels thinner in the middle than its edges are concave lens. Another type of lens which is just now I have told the difference between convex lens and concave lens. In case of concave lens it is thinner in the middle and from edges sides it is broader. So notice that the lenses are transparent, they are not opaque. Mirrors are opaque but lenses are transparent and light can pass through them. In the case of mirror, light reflect them, right? Light cannot pass from the mirror, but here in lenses light pass through them and they are transparent. Mirrors are opaque. Now here activity number 15.9 is a very good activity. If you have a magnifying lens then you can do this. You can burn the paper easily, but do not look directly from that convex lens to the sun, otherwise your eyes may be damaged. Okay, so be precaution by using that lens. Take a convex lens or magnifying lens, put in the path of the sun rays, place a sheet of paper as shown in figure. Here you can see, Adjust the distance between the lens and the paper till you get the bright spot on the paper. Hold the lens and paper this position for a few minutes. Does the paper begin to burn? Yes, after some time it starts to burning. Now replace the convex lens with the concave lens. Do you see the bright spot in concave lens? In case of concave lens, you cannot see a bright spot on the paper. So why are you not getting a bright spot on this time? We have seen in the case of mirror that for a different position of the object, the nature and the size of the image change. Okay, is it true for lenses also? Yes. Another activity, take a convex lens and fix it on the stand as you did with the concave mirror. Place it on the table. Place the lighted candle at the distance about 50 cm from the lenses. Try to obtain the image of the candle on the paper. Screen placed on the other side of the lens. You may have to move the screen towards or away from the lenses to get a sharp image of the flame. What kind of image did you see? Whether it is real or virtual, right? So in real image, we have studied that real image can be get on the screen, but virtual image cannot get on the screen. This time from convex lens you will get the image, sharp image on the screen, but that image is real and inverted. So now vary the distance of the candle from the lens. Try to obtain the image of the candle flame every time on the paper screen by moving it. Record your observation as you did activity number 15.7 for the concave mirror. Like this way you can see the image on the screen, but that image, the student, you can see the image that you look, it is inverted and real because it is get on the screen through convex lens. Okay. So through convex lens we get the which type of image? Real, because it is on the screen. You get on the screen, that is real. And it is not erect but it is inverted. Okay. But in one case, when the object and lens, convex lens, it is very close to each other, at that time you cannot get the image on the screen, but you can get the image in the that convex lens only. Okay, so in this case you will get image, virtual image, right? Virtual and enlarge. Okay, virtual and erect. Okay, so through convex lens you get both the image, real image as well as virtual image. Real image and real and inverted image also you can observe. Virtual and erect image also you can observe through convex lens. So did you get in any position of the objects an image which was erect and magnified? Could this image be obtained on the screen? Is the image real or virtual? Just now we have discussed. This is how convex lens is used as a magnifying lens. In similar fashion, study the images formed by the concave lens. You will find that image formed by the concave lens is always virtual, means you cannot get the image on the screen by using concave lens. It is virtual, erect and smaller in size of the objects. So from concave lens you can get the image virtual, erect and smaller in size than that objects. Now this is very important point that you can see here two types of lens, A convex lens and B concave lens. Convex lens, it is also known as convergent lens, because it converges means bends towards the light generally falling on the screen. Therefore it is converging lens. So convex lens is converging lens. While on the other hand, a concave lens which diverges means bends outward the light. That's why it is known as diverging lens. So convex lens, it is nothing but converging, convex converging and concave diverging lens. So please students remember this difference. Another point, sunlight, that is white or colored. Our sunlight beam, it is white or colored. So have you ever seen the rainbow in the sky? You might have noticed that it appears usually after the rain. When the sun is low in the sky, the rainbow is seen as a large arc in the sky with many colors. So how many colors are present in the rainbow? When observed carefully, there are 7 colors in the rainbow. Rubber, Vibgyor, violet, indigo, blue. You see here, Vibgyor. Violet, indigo, blue. Y means yellow, O means orange, and R means red. So you can see the band of spectrum by this prism. Means light beam which is consist of how many colors? 7 colors. It is not white, but it is consist of 7 colors. So for that, remember the order Vibgyor, Vibgyor, Vibgyor. So if we remember this sentence Vibgyor, you can automatically know the sequence of colors in rainbow. V means violet, I means indigo, like that. So how many colors are present in a rainbow? When observed carefully, there are 7 colors in a rainbow, though it may not be easy to distinguish all of them. These are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet, right? So from here we start. We remember that Vibgyor, Vibgyor. So Vibgyor, that it is, we have to write the color from down to top, Vibgyor. Like this way, remember. You will also visualize through CD. This Vibgyor means rainbow also you can visualize through CD in sun, when you placed in sun. So you might have seen that when you blow shop bubbles, they appear colorful. Similarly, when the light is reflected from the surface of a compact disc, you may see many colors. In this activity, you have to take a glass prism, but instead of that, prism is very costly, right? So instead of that, you just do one thing. Take one dish, an aluminium dish, and then pour some water in it, okay, and uh, take one plain mirror, and just you put it on the sun area wherever the sunshine is there. From there you have to reflect that sun on this disc, and take small mirror, take another small mirror, put in that disc. It should be half in the water, deep half in the water, and half of the part which is just in the uh, above area, okay. Then you just make the sunlight reflecting on that disc. You will see the image of the rainbow from that, okay. So by this way also you can get the band of spectrum on the wall. Now here is the simple activity to get rainbow, right? This activity that you can show me, you can make a video by this way and send it to me, right? As a science enrichment activity. You see.
You can make a simple rainbow using a strip of mirror and half a bowl of water and a white paper screen. Go outside and place the mirror in a shallow bowl of water. Now adjust the angle of the mirror. The water and the mirror make a prism and catch the image on a white sheet of paper. You may have to adjust the distance and the angle. And you'll be surprised that the mirror and the water acts like a prism and you see a very beautiful rainbow spectrum.
So dear students, just now we have observed the simple activity to form rainbow, right? This activity that you can represent, you can show me in the form of science enrichment activity, okay. So you just do this at your home also, right? This experiment, and get this image on the the screen like this way. This is another activity through which you just take one cardboard and like this way you have to make it 7 colors. Take one stick, or instead of that cardboard you can take one that unused CD and take this stick or that refill, right? Then you just make this device as per activity number 15.12. So you can also prepare these activity as a science enrichment test, right, and send it to me. This is also our this activity, barabar, for this science enrichment test. So you can prepare this. Now because it is a 15 marks for that, so don't lose this. You can make either that rainbow or this it is called Newton rings, right? So it proves that the beam of light, sunlight, it is consist of how many colors? 7 colors. But when you move it, when this beam of light, it is just moving, you know that it is moving. Sun is moving at its own axis at that place, right? So when the sun is moving at its own axis, remember, then these colors that you cannot visualize, you see now it is moving. So it is converted into white beam. It means that the white beam of rays, sun rays, it is not totally white, but it is consist of how many colors? 7 colors. So it is known as Newton rings. So Newton proved this, that the rays of the beam sunlight, it is not white but it is consist of 7 colors, that is Vibgyor. So here our chapter is over, students. Okay, next time I will send you the extra videos and notes of this chapter. Have a nice day. Goodbye.